Hello, this is Emily Scott. I recently talked about what to do when someone asks you for a donation to one of their important causes. The podcast and blog are called To Give or Not to Give. Today, I want to talk about what to do when someone asks you for your time and talent. Because you are a busy person, and you do juggle so many balls in the air, you could probably join a circus with your prowess. You are highly networked. You are also a philanthropist, and you advocate for causes important to you. You are exactly the person I would ask to join my board if I was a nonprofit. And why? I believe if you want to get things done, you ask a busy person to do them. If that person has learned to say no and says yes to you, you can be almost certain it will get done. Combine that with their vast assembly of people and financial contribution to the nonprofit world, and they will be the winning combination of time, talent, and treasure. It is cringeworthy to think of my early board experiences. I joined several boards for the wrong reasons. Examples: a large donation, a friend asked, my ex-husband insisted, perceived prominence, and many other wrong reasons, frankly. I didn't do my due diligence to learn the board dynamics, governance policies, fiduciary responsibilities, and so on. In 2 cases, I didn't even sit down with the executive director or board chair to see if my passion aligned with the organization's mission. Talk about learning lessons the hard way. So, just how do thoughtful, smart, savvy philanthropists say no when asked to share their time and talents in the nonprofit world? I went back to my network and asked them, and here are some of their answers. One person said, I say no for the use of my time and talent just as I say no when it comes to asking for my donations. If I don't have robust passion for the mission, I express my appreciation for being asked and decline because they deserve someone on their board who will be enthusiastic about their mission. Another friend writes, a board role is a job, and I treat the initial process as I would if it was a paying job. I interview them. They interview me. I ask to sit in on some committee or full board meetings when possible before making the decision. If it isn't a good fit, they know it and I know it, and no becomes a non-event. And yet another says, if I am not prepared to fully extend myself, talk about the organization with everyone I know, ask others for funding, serve on committees, etc., then I am letting myself and the organization down. I would rather know that up front, and I'm very honest with myself and with them about why I am saying no. And another friend tells me, I'm very clear about boards at this point and that I don't want to be on another, possibly ever. Time is dear, and I have less bandwidth than I used to, and bandwidth has become one of my favorite words. And still another. In the early days of my philanthropy, I was afraid that if I didn't say yes, that I would not be asked again and that everything would pass me by. I guess I suffered from FOMOphobia. FOMO is fear of missing out. I know that phobia means fear of, but there was a lot of fear. And over time, I learned that just because you decline an opportunity today doesn't mean that it won't come back tomorrow, and sometimes with greater force. And someone else tells me, I choose to significantly participate with organizations where I believe in the cause, that is a good steward of resources, and where I can make a difference. This consumes 75% of my giving. I will be on their boards and use my skill set to advance their mission. And if any of these objectives aren't met, I say no easily. And lastly, I prioritize my family responsibilities, and that is the point from which I decline. I wish them well, say no, and then feel guilty. In his book, Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, Greg McCune writes, "Make your peace with the fact that saying no often requires trading popularity for respect." And he continues with, "When someone asks for something and doesn't get it, his or her immediate reaction may be annoyance or disappointment or even anger. This downside is clear. The potential upside, however, is less obvious. When the initial annoyance or disappointment or anger wears off, the respect kicks in. When we push back effectively, it shows people that our time is highly valuable." I now have close to 25 years of nonprofit board experience. I have discovered whether an organization wants my treasure only or the trifecta of what I can bring to the table. I know what I am capable of and what more I need to learn. Saying no has saved time and a misuse of resources on both sides. It keeps the door open for organization to find a better fit to accomplish their mission, and it keeps the door open for me to associate with an organization whose mission aligns with my passion. Thank you for listening. Onward and upward.